Hello, party people, and welcome back to Not Your Average Glow Up. This is a safe place where we talk all things mental health, spirituality, and quite a bit of tarot. Today I'm doing it a little different. This isn't necessarily a tarot pick a card, although the setup is similar to one. Technically, you are gonna pick a pile that you're gonna choose to walk that path, but this entire video is all a reading for you, okay? Basically what this reading is it's a fork in your love life. It's like you could choose between this person, or this person, right? So I suggest you watch all of the piles, then make a decision on which direction you want to go in. Today's video was inspired by this show, Love Life on Netflix. They just released season 2 on Netflix. And trigger warning for that show. Do not go watch it if you don't like adult scenes, because the show is practically pornography. I mean, it's the only show that I've seen that actually comes on television where it not only has female nudity, but it also has male nudity. And I'm not talking about like you see a butt cheek. I'm talking about like full frontal. So if you're sensitive to that sort of content, then don't go watch the show. But if you're not sensitive to that sort of content, then you might want to go watch season 2, episodes 1 and 2 of the show Sex Life, because it'll help you get a better understanding of the idea behind today's video. Now, I'm going to go into a very specific scenario, and if that specific scenario does not resonate with your love life, then this video is not for you. I think a lot of times in the spiritual community, we try to force readings to fit, but sometimes we got to realize that not every reading is for us. You know what I mean? Not every tiny itty bitty minute detail needs to resonate, but the general storyline needs to resonate for this to be your reading, okay? It doesn't matter if you identify as masculine or feminine energy. I'm gonna read from both perspectives. But the storyline needs to resonate in order for you to actually resonate with this reading. If you want to just watch it for funsies and to support the channel, then thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so this is the scenario. In the show, Billy, the main character, she's a woman. She was married to this guy, Cooper, for a very long time, right? And they have kids together and this, that, and the other. But as marriage sometimes does, they lost their spark. They lost their like zest in their love life, right? She starts fantasizing about a past lover where it was low-key kind of toxic. The sex was incredible, right? She runs back into that past lover. She ends up having an affair with him, so on and so forth. And she then wants to leave her marriage with her husband, who she even says is a good guy, but it just kind of fizzled out, for this other guy because she's missing that passion in her life. And there was love with that other guy too. It was like they were young and dumb. You know what I'm saying? Then the sexy guy, right? He ends up having like a baby mama or this, that, and the other. And he tries to get back together with Billy before he gets the other girl pregnant. And Billy is like, no, I'm still trying to work things out with my husband, you know, so on and so forth. And then when she figures out, no, I want the sexy guy, she goes after the sexy guy and it's too late. He's now got another girl pregnant, gets engaged and then married super quick, you know, the whole nine. She's like, oh shit, now it's too late. She meets a new guy, some Persian dude, and thinks that love could happen with them too. This is only literally episode 1, okay? So in episode 1, you don't know the outcome of any of this, right? Is she gonna go back to Cooper, her husband, is her and the sex guy that very much so both mutually still want each other, because even though he's got another woman pregnant and is engaged and all that, he's still fantasizing about Billy, you know? And then she's like loves Cooper, but she's not like in love with Cooper anymore. She still fantasizes about the sexy guy, and then is low-key just started dating this Persian dude, and she's like, well, he seems sweet, he seems nice, he seems like a good balance between Cooper and the sexy guy, because the sex is good and he's not boring, but like also he seems sweet, he seems romantic, la di da di da di da da. So the end of episode 1 kind of leaves you hanging, like, who is she gonna choose, what's gonna happen? And that's what inspired today's video, because a lot of people, especially on the twin flame journey, now you don't have to be on the twin flame journey to resonate with the storyline, but a lot of people on the twin flame journey, right? They meet their twin, but they're not ready for their twin. They're still immature. They still have a lot of things to learn about spirituality and about past traumas and this, that, and the other. So they meet them, the passion's there and everything's good, but it's low-key a little toxic because they're triggering each other left and right and they're not ready for union, right? So then they go off, they meet a soulmate like Billy's husband, Cooper, who's a great person and there's a lot of love there, but there's just something missing. There isn't that same like magnetic passion. There isn't that kundalini like awakening that there was with the twin, right? So then they go on, they get married, blah 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 blah. They're happy for many years. They make a beautiful home, they make a life for themselves, so on and so forth. And then they realize, shit, this doesn't feel aligned with me. I built this whole life. I put my everything into this. Like, I intentionally built this life with this person, this soulmate energy, right? But for whatever reason, I'm still thinking about my twin, okay? But then, when they're still in the separation phase, the twin might come back from time to time. Like, they run into him at like a grocery store, at a random party or whatever, after so many years, and you thought they were over them, but all the feelings come rushing back because you realize you're not over them because they're your twin. You can't get over your twin, right? Just like in the show, she runs into her twin literally at the restaurant with the Persian guy. She's on her first date with the Persian guy and she runs into her twin, right? So in the show, they don't call it twins. I'm just using sex guy as the twin for this reading. So, so you might run into your twin from time to time, but it's misaligned. They're dating somebody else, or they live in another country, or it just can't come together yet. And the reason it is because Spirit is trying to trigger you to do the work, do the self-reflection, do the healing so that your soul can evolve, right? But then Spirit will go, once you've done the work and you've started to heal and you've started to reflect and you start to see your own toxicity, Spirit might give you an opportunity if your twin is not ready for you, like if they're holding on to a karmic, or they're not doing the work, because you have free will. You can choose whether or not you're going to work on yourself and heal, or whether you're just going to stay in your shadow and your ego, right? Then Spirit might give you a third option. Somebody else that is like, it's not this past person that you've outgrown, the lesson has been learned, it's not your twin. That's a third option, right? That's today's reading, right? I highly suggest you watch all 3 piles, then make a choice. But if you just want to see the outcome of if you stayed with baby mama or baby daddy or the soulmate you have in mind, you don't have to have kids with this person, but this is like a soulmate energy that you've been in a long-term relationship with. There's a lot of love there, but something's just missing. They're not your twin, okay? So baby mama, baby daddy, okay, twin flame, that person on your mind that you have that strong magnetic pull to, the one that you always feel like, the one that got away, so to speak, right? And then new person, The point of today's reading is to see the outcome of if you decided to go after one of these people. So the first one is going to be like the baby mama, baby daddy, okay? So let's see, Spirit. Let's see if they chose to stay in a relationship with this mama, baby daddy, or the person that they've been in a long-term relationship with, because like I said, you don't have to necessarily have kids with, but the person that you built a house with, your long-term relationship, the person you were very intentional about building a life with, what would the relationship be like? Even though it seems like the spark has fizzled out, would they get the spark back? Would they be happy long-term? What would this relationship look like if they chose to just choose this person? Okay? Three of Swords. Okay, so that's heartbreak. Okay, we're not doing that many, Spirit. These cards are quite slippery, so my shuffling with these might be a little sloppy. Okay, what would can you clarify that Three of Swords? Okay. Two of Cups in reverse. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, yikes. Can you give me the outcome, please? Knight of Swords, High Priestess. It doesn't really feel like an outcome. Can you give me an outcome, please? If they decided to stay with this person's Spirit, what would the outcome be? Would they be happy? Queen of Pentacles, okay. Would they be happy? Temperance. Okay. So, if you chose to focus your attention on this long-term relationship and pursue this path, like if you stayed with the baby mama, baby daddy, or the person that you've been building with, okay, this is what I see. Okay, so you've got the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak, okay? You've got the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, the Two of Cups is a happy, balanced relationship with a lot of love. It's an equal partnership. In reverse, that means that it's not a happy relationship. It doesn't feel like an equal give and take. The Six of Pentacles is about like giving. It usually depicts a person in like elegant robes giving to like beggars, right? And he's giving equally, right? So a person like giving from this higher place, giving to these two people equally, right? He's got the scales in his hand. With it being in reverse, I want to say there's one person in this, and I'm just going to say person, because it doesn't matter if you're masculine or a feminine. I feel like this will resonate for you one way or another. If you feel like I'm describing you, then take it as you. If you feel like I'm describing this person, this long-term partner, then take it as that person, okay? I feel like somebody is being greedy in this relationship and taking more than they're giving, right? Like there's not an equal give and take, right? And this is causing a lot of heartache. Like somebody might be greedy with their money, or okay, so I literally did a reading for somebody yesterday, and I'm not going to put their business on blast, right? But I know this is a collective energy because it resonates for me and it resonates for some other people that I've done readings for. So I'm going to use this as an example. The girl I did a reading for yesterday was asking about if her relationship with the father of her children was going to work out, right? And when I was pulling cards for him, it was coming out like Ace of Pentacles in reverse, King of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Like, this man had no drive to provide for his family. And they were on kid number 3, right? And I usually don't tell people what to do with their life, but I'm like, babe, this man is not wanting to provide. And what was so sad is she went on to explain that he makes really good money. Like, he makes great money, yet he was like pocketing it for like weed and like play and stuff, and she would have like $20 for gas for the week. Like, she didn't even have money to go to school or for diapers and shit, because he had no nurturing aspect to him. He was just greedy. And that's kind of the energy I get from this card being in reverse. It's like, maybe she's watching this pile. This is further clarification that I stand by what I said yesterday, if you are. But this also resonated in some ways for me, you know? And I know this resonates for some other people who I've done readings for, so it's not just a message for her. But this unequal give and take, and it doesn't have to necessarily be finances. It could be in sex. It could be that, like, you have a partner that basically uses your body for their own masturbation. Like, they don't care if you orgasm. They don't care about your pleasure. They're just worried about theirs. This could be like really imbalanced, like gender roles, like in the home. Like, maybe your partner is very like old school, and they like, the husband doesn't believe in doing the dishes or changing diapers. And like, I know women who are like, my husband has literally changed maybe 2 diapers in my kid's entire life. That's fucked up, right? Even though she worked a full-time job too and stuff. Like, it, and this isn't to hate on men, right? This could go the other way around. It could be a woman who like sits on her ass all day and doesn't. I know a couple where it's like the woman is a stay-at-home mom, and her husband works a full-time job while she stays at home, and he still comes home, cleans the whole house, changes the baby's diaper, gets the other kids ready for bed, cooks dinner, right? And he comes home every single day and the house is just a disaster. And it's like, what have you been doing all day, right? So what I'm seeing here is a lot of heartbreak caused by an unequal give and take, like an imbalanced relationship, okay? So the choice here is, Spirit literally said High Priestess, Knight of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, right? This basically says, like, you already know that you need to cut this person off, because this Knight of Pentacles is like speaking your truth. This 5 of Pentacles right here, it's got this girl like looking at this lotus like coming up through the mud, right? She's like sitting on the bridge, and she's almost like dreaming about like this lotus, this bloom, this new life, right? And she knows the potential, but all she can see is this muck and this mud, right? She knows that she's like this beautiful lotus. She knows that she is something gorgeous, something stunning, something of beauty, right? But right now she's like a closed pod, like in the muck, in the mud that is this marriage, this relationship, this dynamic, right? That's what I see here. I see somebody that eventually, even if they stayed in this, it would be a lot of immature words, a lot of fighting. The Knight of Pentacles reminds me of bickering, especially in this context, because it's like the Knight. It's like, it's not quite the page, but it's like the beginning of the journey. This is like speaking your truth. This is like being sharp-tongued. This is like, I feel like the advice here is to follow your intuition and cut this person off. And then you will come into full bloom. It's like you are the lotus that was like, I think what Spirit is trying to say is that this was a lesson, not a long-term dynamic. You know what I mean? Like this isn't an environment Spirit intended for you to stay in. This was to help teach you about your self-worth, help teach you about what you want and don't want in a partnership, help you to strengthen your roots and become grounded in yourself, and help, like, through the muck and the mud that is this relationship, you're strengthening your stem, your core, so that you can bloom, right? If you chose to stay, you would find temperance, balance, only through wearing a mask. Only through wearing a mask would you find balance in this relationship. You would have the Queen of Pentacles, and it doesn't matter if you're a man, right? You would have the Queen of Pentacles, which is like a financially abundant home, and your kids would be provided for, right? But look at how fucking miserable this woman looks. She doesn't look happy, right? She doesn't look happy. And you see how there's this nest in front of her of like these dandelions, right? And you see how there's these 3 birds over here, and then there's this white raven over here. And if you know me and you know this channel, you know that white ravens, it's really windy outside, and this is a tin roof, and there's a tree right there. So if you hear banging, it is the tree like slapping the roof. I apologize, okay? That noise right there is probably going to happen multiple times in this reading. I apologize. We're just going to continue to move on. I see this as, like, you know, when you're a little kid and you find a dandelion, you pick it, you blow on it, and you make a wish, right? It's almost like this woman is wishing for freedom, because these 3 birds reminds me of like the 3 of Cups, which is like community and party and celebration and this, that, and the other, right? And the white raven symbolizes like spiritual enlightenment and like shaman energy. It's like she still knows. She knows that her spirit knows that she was meant to go out and be single again, essentially. And then the final outcome is the 5 of Wands in reverse, right? Which is, it's once again, it's being hidden, right? It's being cloaked in this sweet kitten energy, but like, this is like, I feel like you would only find balance in this relationship by being inauthentic, by wearing a mask, by playing the good housewife or the good husband. It would be like Cooper in the show with Billy. He's a good man, but he, after Billy cheated on him, rightfully so, right? Because of this heartbreak. I mean, I'm not saying tit for tat. I'm not saying just because somebody cheated on you, you should go out and cheat on them. I think if somebody cheated on you, you should leave them. But when you have kids and stuff like that, it's not always that simple. Life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you don't have anywhere else to go, right? Sometimes you're like, oh, it was one mistake, we can work on it, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? It's not as easy as people are like, oh, they cheated, you should leave. It's not that simple when you have kids and finances and joint bank accounts and the whole thing. It's not that simple, okay? But it is simple in God, the universe's eyes. This is a lesson. This isn't long term. Could you have like a abundant marriage? Yeah. Yeah. But she ain't happy. She's wearing a mask. She's cloaked and miserable and feeling destitute. So that's like pile number 1. That's if you chose to stay in this long-term commitment or marriage or whatever it is, baby mama, baby daddy. Okay, that's pile number 1. Okay, now if you chose to heal yourself, right, because you can't come into union with your twin until you guys do the actual work, right? If you chose to heal yourself and truly do the deep spiritual work, go to therapy, do your meditations, do the awakening, the whole 9 yards, work on yourself, heal, be single for a while, and then come into union with your twin. This person that's always been at the back of your mind, that you've been in separation for. If you chose to pursue your twin flame, what would that relationship look like? Spirit, they chose to pursue their twin, what would that relationship look like? 9 of Wands, okay. What would that look like, Spirit? Knight of Swords. What would that look like, Spirit? They chose to pursue their twin or that person, the one that got away. It might not be a twin flame for some of you. But the one that got away, the one that's always been at the back of their mind, that special person. They chose to pursue that twin. I'm gonna get a few extra cards because I never read with this deck. Because I'll be perfectly honest, the imagery kind of confuses me a little bit. So this is gonna be a little bit of a longer pile for me to get clearer messages. Justice, 9 of Pentacles. Okay. What's the outcome of this? Would they be happy together? Knave of Pentacles, the Hermit. Would they be happy together? Outcome, please. Would they be happy together? Would they be happy together? If you want the simple response, y'all aren't ready for union yet. That's the simple response. If you pursue this with your twin right now, like if you dropped this baby mama, baby daddy, and you decided that you were gonna move toward this twin, you have a long road ahead of you, right? You got the 9 of Wands, which is a lot of burden, right? Probably because of this needs closure. Like if you're going through divorce and shit, that's going to affect this, right? You got the Knight of Swords. So there would be truth, there would be clarity that would come from this. Like you would finally, like, if you don't know, like, if the feelings are still mutual, if you don't know that, like, whether or not they still want you, I feel like you would get clarity. This person would be honest with you, right? But there would still be a lot of burden from outside situations that would still be affecting this. Like if you were to get in a relationship with this twin or this one that got away right now, like if you were to call them up and go, I choose you, right? You would still have all this past shit affecting your relationship, right? Knave of Swords, and this would, it's Knave of Swords in reverse. This would cause, clarified by the 2 of Pentacles. Children's play? You would need to work on the way you speak to each other because there's so much like outside shit weighing you down and affecting this that it would be easy for you to say some really hurtful things and be immature, right? You guys are working on healing your inner child, right? And I feel like that's the main proponent to this connection and why it feels like unfinished business, you know? Is because this person is healing for your inner child. You would feel safe with them, right? And I don't feel like, because this came out in reverse, I don't feel like it would be a fuck ton of bickering and fighting and this, that, and the other, but you might almost feel like, I mean, you got the Knight of Swords upright. That's somebody who charges forth and brings forth their truth. So this person's not going to lie to you, right? This person's going to speak their truth, right? But I feel like there would be a healing of the throat chakra. And like, if in the past you spoke rather brashly, or I am struggling with my words, and I feel like that is very much so tapping into this energy. If in the past you had trouble finding the right words, like you felt like you always spoke out of turn, or you always said the wrong thing, or you were like immature in your approach, I feel like you would be healing that, right? Your inner children would feel quite safe and content with one another, but there would be conflict caused by outside forces like the weight of the world, financial burdens, going through divorces, blended family bullshit, you know? Okay? The sex would be banging. You got the Ace of Wands, which is like the boner card. You would probably also end up having a child with this person if this is a heterosexual relationship. If there's a man and a woman and there's a possibility for pregnancy, you could get pregnant with this person, okay? But only take that part if it resonates. You can be a woman and a woman, a man and a man, trans, you know, polyamorous, whatever, right? But the sex would be amazing, right? There would be a lot of it because this is like the boner card. So there'd be a lot of sex. You would have a happy and healthy home with this person, the Nine of Pentacles. You guys would be doing pretty good financially. This isn't the Ten of Pentacles, but this is quite a bit of money. This is satisfaction in that department. So you'd be satisfied materially. Like you would feel like all your basic needs and stuff are provided for. Your home would feel stable with them. This would feel divinely guided because you got the Justice here. It would be balanced. So unlike the long-term relationship you're in where it felt unbalanced, where you felt like there wasn't an equal give and take, this would feel very balanced. This also would feel to both of you to feel divinely guided. You would both feel like this is God's will, okay? 32, 23 on the clock when I said that. However, okay, because not everything is all love and light. The Hermit. This is why I feel like you guys might not be quite ready for union yet. Because I feel like the advice here is to take some time to yourself to rebuild. The Knave of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles. This is starting a new career. This is starting down a new financial path. This is starting to build yourself. So the advice here is to take some time for yourself. Leave this behind, okay? Leave this behind in order to start over and start new. You can't hold on to this and try to build so you can be with this. It doesn't work that way. You need to take some time to be single, to be by yourself. The Hermit isn't just about like being by yourself. It's being by yourself to do some deep thinking, some deep reflection, some healing, some shadow work, some therapy, the whole 9 yards. And start over as far as like your finances, your home, start building your abundance again, okay? The outcome. You got the Ace of Pentacles. That's overflowing love, okay? That's a lot of love. Like usually it depicts a chalice, a cup, and water's just pouring out of it. That's a lot of emotions. That's love. That's romance. The outcome here is love, an overflowing amount of love, right? But you don't have the Ten of Pentacles and you don't have the Ten of Cups here. Like, so could you potentially be happier with this person? I don't know. We haven't read this person yet. We'll see, okay? The Three of Pentacles is here. So if you ended up with this person, there'd be a lot of celebration. It would feel like community. It'd feel lively. It would feel fun, okay? It'd make you feel young again. You also might find a new family in this person's circle. Whether you're a man or a woman, I see that because this is about community coming together and celebrating, right? So there might also be that like found family trope where it's like you end up marrying this person and their friends, their family becomes your family, okay? But you do have the Seven of Swords here and the Eight of Swords here. That's so freaking distracting. I don't remember, I know what the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords means in general, but I want to see what they mean in this particular deck. Hello, swords, where are you? Pentacles? Swords. Okay. Revealing of a secret, discoveries, decisive ideas. Okay. All right, so I was saying that in the beginning. I was channeling that, like clarity, right? So I feel like there would also be like inspired ideas. You might actually end up building a business or something together with this person. I feel like this person, I'm also now getting muse energy. And I don't even think it's just with this person because this has 3 women and this is the 3 of Chalices, which is a community. There might also be like not just this person, but the people that this person surrounds themselves might also inspire you, like their lifestyle, the way they approach business, so on and so forth. I feel like you would also be very assured in your decision to be with them. Even if everything isn't all perfect and rainbows and sparkly, I feel like because of this Justice card and because there is a lot of love here, because the sex is good, right? I feel like you would feel assured that like, yeah, this may not be like a fairy tale, but I feel like I made the right decision. You know what I mean? Okay. But then again, you've got the Eight of Swords, which is imprisonment, feeling trapped, moral duty. What is this about? I need to clarify this. Still wrapped up in your thoughts about something. Can you clarify this Eight of Swords? What's this like feeling trapped with? Was this like imprisonment, feeling caged in, wrapped up in their thoughts about? What's on their mind? What's got them feeling a little wrapped up? Hello? Yishwan? Nightmares of what? It might be something that like haunts you at night. Maybe it's still guilt about leaving behind like your baby mama, baby daddy or whatever. Because this is like thoughts. It's also about morals. So maybe you feel like it's morally wrong or selfish to leave behind this person and pursue this. The Magician, 5 Wands. Preparation for confrontation. Magician. What's the bottom of the deck energy? Knight of Wands in reverse. Fighting, arguing. I keep hearing custody battle. The Chariot. Queen of Swords. If you're a woman, right, and you resonate with having children from a previous marriage, you, even though in a general sense, you would be happy with this twin. You would struggle, especially at night, when you go to lay your head down at night, you would struggle with guilt and overthinking and anxiety around conflict with baby daddy. Like you might be afraid of like a custody battle or something like that because you've got, but Spirit's telling you you're prepared for this because you got the Queen of Swords, which is cut a bitch off energy. It's speaking your truth. It's walking in your divine power. And then you got the Queen of Pentacles right here. And you got Temperance, which is like balance and harmony. And you got the King of Swords here. So this person, even if you're a man, right? So you're a man and that resonates where it's like you feel like baby mama might come at you to like get custody of the kids or whatever. Spirit's saying you have the knowledge and the know-how with your twin because you're both showing up as the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So it's like you have the knowledge and the know-how where this really isn't an issue. This is all in your head because these are both, look, this is all swords energy. Swords are your thoughts. So these worries are all in your head. Like there's nothing truly to fear here because you are prepared. You guys are financially abundant, right? And if you're a man, this woman is a good mother. She's stable, she's grounded, she's a good wife, great mother, even to her stepkids. So if this baby mama tried to come at you like for custody battle, she wouldn't really win in getting like full custody of the kids because she can't prove that this person is unstable or ungrounded or unfit to be around her kids. And she can't really prove that you are unfit, right? Because you're showing up as the King of Swords, who is very stable, very grounded, very intelligent, right? And your financial situation here is the Nine of Pentacles. So it's not like rich, but that is financially secure. And this is a very balanced relationship, right? So really, I'm seeing that this is just in your head. Right? So let's get one final card on this, Spirit. Long term, like that's like the immediate future of if these people ended up together. What is the long-term future? Like say they married this twin, would they be happy together? Would they be happy together, Spirit? Would they be happy together if they ended up like marrying this person, settling down, chose this long term? What's the outcome? What's the outcome? Would they be happy long term? Eight of Wands, Five of Swords in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse, Knight of Pentacles. I don't know, guys. I'll be honest. Like, it doesn't seem, these cards are not bad, but they're kind of not great. It's not showing me like, you're not getting like the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles here. It's like, it's okay. There would be some conflict. This would be very transformative for you. It would heal past heartbreak with the 10 of Swords in reverse. Like all your past traumas and stuff, you'd work on healing that with this person. You got the Death, which is starting new, starting fresh, a rebirth. So this is a very spiritual connection. It would help you heal past trauma, right? But you got the Eight of Wands. You've got the Five of Swords in reverse. You got the Ace of Swords in reverse. And you got the Knight of Pentacles. So there would still be some, there would still be some conflict here. And I feel like it's around money and job and career. Maybe a person in this scenario is still very much so in builder energy. They're very much so focused on their career. And I feel like this could leave their partner feeling, I guess, not completely content, because you have the Ace of Swords in reverse, feeling like that's like victory upright, right? And then it was clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. Like, you would learn to remove the mask, though. I feel like this isn't bad, but I feel like if somebody travels for work or something, that their partner would feel like lonely, or they wouldn't necessarily like it. Like, if there's a workaholic in this relationship, that would be something that this relationship would struggle with, like a need for balancing like work life and the home life. Like, it's good to be financially independent, which in this relationship, it was like finances were an issue because somebody didn't want to provide. This one, it's like the opposite of, this person wants to provide so much that they might sometimes neglect the home. I don't feel like this person would be like abusive or a bad parent or whatever, but I feel like they might be a little too focused on work, and that might leave their twin or this one that got away feeling like, we spend more time together. You know what I mean? All right, now let's see about a new person. This is somebody you don't know yet. This could be like whoever, like this person is not on your radar, okay? So like, if you chose to go for neither of the first options, like the person you spent a long-term building with, and then the one that got away, if you chose to then just be single, work on yourself, heal, who would Spirit bring to you, right? Who would Spirit bring to you this new energy if you chose to pursue neither of the first two people? Not the one that you spend so much time building with, and not this person on your mind that got away, right? But a new person. What would that relationship look like? First, let's see, how would you meet this new person? Tell me a little bit about them. Who are they and how would they meet them? Tell me about this new person, Spirit. Is that meant? Can you clarify that, please? Further clarification, please? Oh, you said you want to be a smartass. Let's give you all the clarification. Ew, that makes sense. Okay, so you would meet this person in a time of your life where you're not quite ready to jump into dating, right? You might be in the midst of that divorce with this other person. Like, you've left them. You're no longer in a relationship with the first person, right? But you're not quite ready. It's like you're wanting to move forward, you're wanting to move, but you're still not quite ready for like marriage, for relationship or whatever. Justice could also be like literally going to court, right? So you might be in the process of this custody battle when you meet this other person. If they are a man or a masculine energy, if you are a feminine energy and you're looking for a if you resonate with your future spouse being a man or a masculine energy, this person would show up as the King of Swords, right? So this person would be very analytical, very smart, very stoic. This person could be like a lawyer or a business owner, work in law. It's possible. This is a hyper-specific scenario, so only take this if it resonates. But this person you could meet this person because they're your lawyer for this custody battle. And then it's like you end up falling in love with them or some shit. You know what I mean? Only take that if that resonates. Or it's like you're going through this custody battle, you get a new job or whatever, and this person is very much so given like boss energy, giving like But you might almost perceive them at first as being like guarded or like kind of mean, but not mean as in like abusive. But like this person doesn't give you like, this is one of those tropes where it's like not necessarily like enemies to lover, but the grumpy versus sunshine trope. That is what this is, right? So this person is coming off as grumpy, right? But then they have this soft spot for you, like you thought out their heart, you know? And then, but if you're a man or a masculine and you resonate with your future spouse being a feminine, it's very much so the opposite. It is Queen of Cups. It's somebody with overpouring love, a very intuitive, very sweet, very warm, very nurturing. It's the grumpy versus sunshine trope. So take it whichever way it resonates, right? But the Empress came out reverse, right? Which is very much so like home, motherhood. I feel like this is custody. I truly feel like you're gonna meet this person when you're going through a custody battle. Because look, you got the Fool in reverse and you got the Page of Cups in reverse, right? And this reading started off with the Chariot sideways and the Justice. This is giving me custody battle energy, right? Where it's like, I'm not wanting to pursue love. I'm not wanting to take a leap of faith on new love. I'm not wanting to build a home or be anybody's wife right now. I'm going through this ugly custody battle. Or if you don't have kids, this is like maybe like a divorce or something where you're like having to split up like estate and money and all that shit. Or you weren't married, I feel like you were married with kids, but if you weren't married, this is like an ugly battle of some sort. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so you're very much so in healer energy. It's kind of sticking to yourself. You are, and this doesn't matter if you resonate as the man or the woman or the non-binary person. It doesn't matter. This is about energies, not gender. But either way, you're at a time where you are staying to yourself. You're not really wanting to date. You are doing some reflection and some healing. I see somebody kind of just like walled up in their new apartment, like their boxes aren't even completely unpacked. They're going through a custody battle. They're eating like takeout like every day, like door dashing their food like in their sweatpants every day, you know? And they're like not expecting this new lover to come into their life, and then they do, right? Ooh, bottom of the deck energy, Six of Cups. But this person, you're immediately gonna feel comfortable with them. They're gonna feel familiar to you. This is giving soulmate energy. Your inner child's gonna feel very safe with this person. I love that. Okay, so what would the relationship look like with them? What would the relationship look like with this new person? Ooh, Ace of Wands. So the sex would be great. What is that Two of Wands about? Nine of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Why is that Nine of Pentacles in reverse? Come on, chill out. Why is that Nine of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, so there's something here not so great about a social circle. Because you had the Two of Wands, right? Which is like looking out onto the horizons and thinking of like the what ifs, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if I went and pursued something else? What if I embarked on a new adventure? Or, you know, what if I went down this path, right? And then you got the Nine of Swords, which somebody feeling haunted by like their past, you know? And this is being clarified by the Three of Cups in reverse, which is like social circles and stuff that are out of balance, right? So there's something here about like not quite being happy with like a social circle. Like maybe there is this person has friends or whatever that gossip about you, or that like you're not really, there's something here about like gossip or something. And this could be at work, this could be like within a friend group. There's something here that like makes you feel like a little like uneasy around a specific circle. And I'm getting friend group, okay? But the sex would be phenomenal, right? You would feel victorious. You would marry this person. If you dated this person, you would marry this person. Like, this is a good person. And this is a happy marriage with great sex. You feel victorious. You feel like you can feel like you can speak openly and honest with this person. If you are a feminine, you would be both like the Madonna and the whore, you know, like it's giving like Lady in the Streets, Freak in the Sheets. It's giving like the best of both worlds. You get the best of both worlds, you know. This person would be like, damn, I won. Like, this person would be like, she's great in bed and she's a great mother, a great wife. You know what I'm saying? If you're a masculine, then you'd be very satisfied with this person. I need to figure out why this Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. Why is this Nine of Pentacles in reverse? What's up with these financial issues? What are these financial issues about? The Artist. So there might be, so what are these financial issues about? As somebody in this connection might be a struggling artist, like literally the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is like seeing the fruits of your labor. Like the Nine of Pentacles is like you planted seeds long ago and now you're harvesting that, right? And I clarified it and I got the Artist. So somebody might be like a struggling artist. But look, you got the Ten of Pentacles as the bottom of the deck. So this energy would pay off long term. Like, you eventually would be very financially stable, but you might have a period of time where somebody's struggling with their finances because they have this artist mentality and they're creative. And you might go through a period where it's like you struggle financially, which I understand. Like when somebody's like an entrepreneur. Ooh, strong communication though. Love that. But the bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles, which is a very stable, happy home. And eventually this would be financially very abundant. But there would be a period of time where you guys struggle with money because somebody is a creative and they're really passionate about their art and they're pursuing a dream. And so you might, you know, have to budget for a little bit because you're waiting for that. Yeah, you got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You're waiting for that big break. And I feel like eventually they would get it. Yeah. Yep. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like it would be the masculine energy in this dynamic would be the struggling artist. King of Swords. But they have the know-how, they have the knowledge. Like, they have the ability, they know what they're doing. It's just very much so they're in process. I feel like because of their past like broken marriage, they're broken. Like if they weren't married, if they didn't have a baby mama, baby daddy, this is their home life. I feel like because of their past home life not being so great, like they came from an imbalanced place, they're very much so still building, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Yeah. And that person is very haunted by the past. They feel like they're being judged, but they're being bold and they're charging forward with new creative endeavors. They're not afraid of a challenge. they're stepping away from this heartbreak, they're healing their heart. So even though this like past hardship, this broken home, whether it be a previous marriage from them or whether it be their home life from their childhood, they're healing this, they're working on this. And that's what leads them to this Ten of Pentacles. So there would be a struggle for a little bit, but you would overcome it. All right, that is your reading. None of them are perfect. I didn't sugarcoat anything, so none of them are perfect. But all 3 piles had like somewhat financially stable. Like even the first one, like you'd be provided for, right? Like it wouldn't be terrible, but you'd be wearing a mask, and if you went with the long-term relationship, you'd be wearing a mask. You'd only find balance through not being yourself. So I personally wouldn't pick pile number 1, but I understand with children and building and all that, it can be scary to leave a situation like that, so you might be tempted to stick with pile number 1. Pile 2, not perfect, but would be incredibly healing if you went with this one that got away or this twin flame energy. It'd be incredibly healing, incredibly transformative, but once again, would not be perfect, especially because of outside factors at first. I feel like you would eventually come into yourself and learn to grow and be more stable and not let those factors affect you so much. I feel like you would find not only a pretty happy and content relationship with this person, but you'd also find really good friends with pile number 2. Pile number 3, we just went over that. I feel like if you went with that person, you would have a pretty happy life. You would end up marrying them, but there would be a struggle period where you guys are struggling financially because somebody's a struggling artist. So I hope the reading resonated with you. If this did not resonate at all, then this isn't your reading. I'm sorry that not every reading is for every person. I understand that this is a hyper-specific situation, but I hope you enjoyed the reading regardless. And I love you guys. Also, just as a little bonus, a little life update, I am recording this right before I leave for a weekend trip, a solo weekend trip. I posted a little over a year ago in the Yes Fam, which is Yes Theory's like fan group on Facebook, the Yes Fam Facebook group. I posted a nerdy bucket list of all the things I've always wanted to do because I've always been kind of a dork. And on that list, I included, it's very long, but I included cosplay, I included D&D, I included Ren Fair. And this weekend, I am going on a trip to South Florida to hang out with some people that I like loosely know, but have never hung out with before. And we are going to be doing my first ever public cosplay, like in person, because I've posted like a cosplay like on TikTok, but I've never done one in person. I'm going to be playing D&D for the first time, and I'm going to be going to Ren Fair all this weekend. I'm also going on a little solo road trip because nobody's riding along with me, and it's a few hour drive. So this is a big weekend of seeking discomfort for me and a lot of firsts, and I'm incredibly excited about it. I don't think I'm going to be filming a video of this weekend because I want to be very present. I might like record like a little like 1 minute here, 1 minute there, just so you guys can see, like if you want to follow along and be like, oh, this is so cool. I might like upload like an IG story or something to like my Instagram, but I think for the most part I'm not gonna vlog it or anything like that. I want to be present and in the moment. But I want to thank all of you who booked tarot readings with me, and I want to thank all of you who donated because you are funding this trip. I also want to say that I am currently accepting private readings starting Monday, because this video will probably upload either today, which is Friday, or tomorrow, which is Saturday, but I won't be back until Monday, so I won't be doing tarot readings again until Monday. So if you want to book a private reading with me, private message me on my Instagram, Not Your Average Globe. It's linked in the Dropbox as my one and only account, and I will never reach out to you for reading. You have to message me. If somebody reaches out to you and offers you a reading, that's not me, that's a scammer. But if I don't reply right away, it's because I'm on a girls trip. So I love you guys. I hope you have a magical, wonderful, happy day.